Let's get straight to CBS senior national security analyst Juan Zarate, who's joining us from Washington. Juan, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure.
What do we know about these suspects or a possible motive?
Well, I think we're learning more and more, but we'll see what the French authorities tell us. Certainly the principal individual seems to have had Islamist tendencies, as Liz just reported, had been on the radar screen, at least a suspect for French authorities. In terms of the others who've been arrested, I don't think we know enough yet to begin analysis of that. But I think the reality in these types of cases, and we saw this in the Charlie Hebdo attacks in January, is that these types of individuals who decide to mobilize, decide to attack, decide to perpetrate these kinds of terrorist attacks usually have some sort of ideological or radicalized lineage. Again, we don't want to speculate too much, but I think the reality is that in most cases that we've seen throughout the West, the individuals that end up perpetrating these attacks don't necessarily come out of the blue. They've been in circles that have been radicalized. They've been touching some form of terrorist group or activity, and in some cases, as we saw in the Charlie Hebdo attacks, have actually traveled to and trained with known terrorist organizations. We don't know that's the case here, of course, but what I suspect we'll find is that those that were involved or implicated in this had some sort of lineage or touch point to known radical or terrorist elements within France at a minimum.
So, Juan, it's been reported that Arabic writing was found near the victim's body. In terms of significance, give us your analysis.
Well, if that's true, I think we've got to verify that, of course. That would follow a pattern that we've seen with other types of beheadings and messages that terrorist groups and individuals have left after these kinds of attacks. And of course, part of an attack is not just the horror of the attack itself. It's intended to be a message. Terrorism is about politics. It's about theater. And so what these types of attacks do is they are part of a propaganda and ideological narrative. And so you would expect in these kinds of attacks some sort of messaging to go along with it. Sometimes it happens at the attack and messages are left on the body or around the bodies of these of the victims, or it comes in the wake of an attack with social media, video, or some other message that gives sense to what the perpetrators were trying to do. But no doubt, as Liz indicated, you're likely to see a group like the Islamic State or some other group try to claim credit for this attack.